Why the hell would anybody sit in a pitch black room for 49 straight days voluntarily? Welcome back to the Uncivilized podcast. This is Traver, Boehm, your host. I'm the author of the book 28 Days in Darkness and the founder of the Uncivilized movement. And this is part 3 in a series about what happens when you answer a call you don't quite understand yourself. And I'm giving you a peek behind the curtain and bringing you with me into the dark. Let's dive in. In this episode, I want to talk to you about 3 big components, one of which I hit a little bit last time, and that's fear, boredom, and madness. It was the very first night when I was in the dark for 28 days. The very first night, right? So I've been in there for maybe 5-6 hours. I've gone to bed. I'm lying there in the miserably uncomfortable sleeping loft, which I talk about and describe in the book. And I have a dream that all the people at the ashram who I've just eaten dinner with and just hung out with are there, and one of them screams at me, "Run!" And I like wake up with a start. I bang my head on the side of the wall because it was like a curved dome, and I'm terrified. Like, why did I dream that? I can't see. It's pitch black. My heart is pounding in my chest, and for whatever reason, because of the jostling in the bed or for whatever, a picture frame falls over in the room. I don't know it till I find it later, but that's what happens. Now imagine being locked in a pitch black room where there should be nobody else, no airflow, no nothing to knock something over, and something gets knocked over. The level of terror that I experienced in that moment took me from being at the time, like 40-year-old ex-professional bodyguard and cage fighter to being like a 3-year-old trapped in my basement as a kid where the monsters lived with the lights off. Sheer terror. It was probably the physically scariest part of the experience. Like I don't think I wrote in the book, but 2 other times, like a bug landed on my face, like once a moth landed on my face, and another time. And again, there should be nothing. It was a closed room. So to have something touch me was like such a startling experience, such a jarring experience. And I had to work myself. I had to climb down the ladder, like go push myself in a corner and like start yelling into the room of like, whatever's in here, like kind of like make peace with or challenge. Like, if I'm going to die, fucking kill me. Like, don't toy with me. Like that level of visceral fear. I do write in the book about how it like reminded me of Clarice Starling at the end of Silence of the Lambs when she like can't see Buffalo Bill and he's got the red, the like infrared goggles on, and oh man, just even like talking about that freaks me out. So yeah, there was fear. I was afraid. I'm not afraid to admit this. It was scary at times. Showering was terrifying. I don't know if you've ever showered in a pitch black room. You can't hear anything, can't see anything. The water was cold. It was quite jarring. And coming to terms with fear is what I know this next one's about, this next dark retreat. I don't think I've said this in the past 2 episodes of this, but if you're listening to this in May or June, I'm back in the dark for 49 days. And I don't think that this round, that the fear is about monsters or Jason from Friday the 13th or Freddy Krueger or that. But I'll tell you, if you want to put yourself in a dark room or in a dark retreat, the fears of your life, the deepest, most deeply buried, darkest fears will emanate. They will come forward. And I know that's what I'm facing going into this next one. I can feel it already. That it's not about physical fear. It's about emotional fear. It's about facing that length of time. 7 weeks, folks, 49 days alone without being able to see. That crushing aloneness, that loneliness, that depth of like, someone touch me, someone hug me, someone speak to me, someone tell me I'm going to get through this. The lack of all of that is probably the deepest fear of my life. And I know I'll have to deal with it moment by moment, day by day. That's the main thing I want to talk about in this episode. I said fear, boredom. I covered, if you haven't listened to episode 2, please go back. I cover boredom a bit, but boredom stopped. around day 8 of the 28-day cycle. Boredom stopped because you know what kicked in? Madness. Like utter fucking madness. Hallucinations, conversations with people, grief like I've never experienced it, seeing myself with the child that my ex-wife and I lost, like absolute insanity over and over and over, thinking I had actually died, like literally thinking I had died and not having a sense of reality other than the walls, the toilet, the sink, the ladder up to the sleeping loft. Like if you're alone in a room for a month with no light and you think you've died, let me ask you, like, how do you orient yourself so that you know that you haven't? Like, what do? I'm not asking ChatGPT, like, hey, bro, have I died? I figure food is still coming every couple hours, but maybe they don't know I've died, right? The people on the outside aren't like, hey, man, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Cool. Here's your food. It was a silent exchange. So there's fear, there's boredom, and there's madness. But let me tell you, or let me ask you, aren't those real ingredients in the outside world, in a world with light, in a world with community, in a world with touch, in a world with sight? Don't those ingredients also exist? And perhaps, can't they be medicinal? Or aren't they things that we have to overcome? I talk a lot in the book about interviewing Francis Weller and his concept of the predator, this thing, this energy, this entity in our lives that is bigger than we are. This is the monster in the myth, the dragon in the fairy tale that we have to fight and we have to overcome. Isn't that fear? For some of us, isn't that boredom? For many of us, isn't that madness in the world that we live in, or staying sane in a mad world? That's some of the shit I had to deal with. I'm sure that's some of the shit I'm dealing with right now while you're listening to this. The difference between the dark and the light world, though, is that there's distraction in the light world. You don't have to deal with your fear. I think boredom's gone as a concept. Like it's been replaced by TikTok. Thank you. And now with AI, where we can have like AI girlfriends. But what about madness? Right? Are we hiding from our madness? Could our madness be informative to us? I'm going to ask you, where are you busying yourself so that you don't have to deal with your fear? So you don't have to actually allow the creativity that wants to come up through boredom to exist and then change your life. And then are you hiding from not your madness, but from the insanity that will occur by questioning the civilized world? Where if you go, oh my God, none of this makes sense. We shouldn't be living like this. We weren't designed to live like this. I love those memes that are like, someone took a look at this and it's like this beautiful mountainscape or like waves in Hawaii or the ocean. They're like, and they designed a 40-hour work week and mortgages. Like, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, I don't want to get off on too much of a soapbox while I'm here in the dark. Think about that stuff. And if you've enjoyed this episode, if you're watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know this is working. Let me know you enjoy it. If you're listening to it on the podcast, please share it with one person in your life. And if you want to get your hands on 28 Days in Darkness, boom, 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 boom. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on manuncivilized.com/28 days. I'll see you in a week for part 4. Stay uncivilized. Yours from the dark. See ya. Do you want to help support the podcast? I know you do. Perfect. Here's how. Please take 12 seconds, scroll down, slap us with a 5-star review, and share this episode with one person in your life. Think about this. You tip your bartender and he serves you poison. And all I'm doing is pouring soul-stirring truth right into your ears. And if you haven't gotten a chance to grab one of my books, please get a hold of Today I Rise, snag a copy of Man Uncivilized, or get yourself some 28 Days in Darkness. Buy one for yourself, buy one for a friend, and buy one for your ex who's still watching your Instagram stories. I love you. Thank you. Until next time, stay uncivilized.